Let's just start off with checking in with the body, seeing how it's doing. Um, just sense into it, see if there's anything in the body that we can just gently relax. Maybe the usual suspects are perhaps our jaw, our shoulders, maybe our hands, mm, belly, maybe our calves. Whatever you find, if you can gently relax them, go ahead and do that. If not, let it be. So check in with the breathing, make sure that's happening, and allow it just to be as it is, however it is, it's okay. So for our purposes, we don't have to try to do it right. Mm, if there is some tension, we can see if that can be relaxed gently. But otherwise, just let it be as it is. It's okay. The significant thing is just noticing the capacity that we all have inherently already to just be aware of the fact of our aliveness. In this case, we're attending to our breath. But we can also notice what we may be hearing, for example, whatever those sounds are. The mind may have preferences for preferring, I don't know, a bird outside the window than the traffic noise, perhaps. But we can see in both cases that there is just what's happening, just the auditory input that may be happening wherever you are. And we can allow that to be as it is. So if we sort of assume an attitude of letting whatever sensations or perceptions or even thoughts or feelings or memories or emotions, whatever the body mind may be sensing, and we can just allow that to be just as it is. So we're not trying to alter our experience. We're letting the experience just be exactly whatever it is. But what we can do is simply take note of what notices whatever the experience is, that capacity. So we can more easily notice that capacity if we're not trying to manage the experience. If we can just allow the experience, whatever it is, to be exactly as it is. Sort of step out of the manager's role and just more into the observing role. If we're observing whatever experience we may have, then it's much easier to see that which notices whatever arises. So it's just a capacity, it's not a thing, right? It's not this awareness that we're pointing to isn't something that we can ever get a good look at, right? And simply because it is what's looking, for the same reason that you can't ever get a good direct look at your own eyeball, for example, because it's what is looking. The looking that we're talking about here in terms of awareness, of course, is something more coming from a deeper place, let's say, than the sight capacity of your eyeball. But It is what is aware of whatever the experience is, whether so-called external experience, something happening in the room, or whether it's something internal, an internal sensation, feeling, thought. So we're just noticing what it is that is noticing, just taking a step back. And we can perhaps notice several things about this awareness. One is that we don't have to manufacture it. Fortunately, huh? It's just in a capacity that we all have. We have it already, so we don't have to attain it, right? We don't have to be worthy of it. We don't have to accumulate enough good karma to have it. All we have to do is notice it. There for the noticing, right? Already complete. So not only don't we have to attain it, we also don't have to improve it. It doesn't need our improvement. It's already complete. It's already spectacular in its as is, already mysterious existence. So our job is just to notice it. And we might notice whatever reaction we might have to that. You know, maybe it's inviting, maybe it's comfortable, maybe it's peaceful, maybe we like that, or maybe we don't. Maybe it looks dark and threatening and unknown and scary, and we tend to back away from it. Either way, the awareness remains as it is and notices whatever reaction we may have, and notices the sense of peacefulness that may result from resting in that awareness, or it may notice the concern that might arise about dropping into that mystery. Either way, the awareness is fine, right? It's not in any way trying to manage our experience. It's the freedom of it, and it allows us to have whatever experience. So we might also notice that this awareness isn't being judgmental. It's not standing in judgment of us. It's not evaluating whether we're doing it right or wrong. The mind may be doing that, right? But the awareness itself is not. The awareness is just aware. It is that awareness in its purity. We might also notice that this awareness doesn't come and go. It might seem like it does, but it's really our mind that pulls us away. And then sometimes the mind quiets and we recognize that the awareness is still there. The awareness is always there, but sometimes we're so convinced in the reality that our mind is presenting to us that it seems like the awareness has disappeared for a bit. it may have just receded into the background, but it's still what is noticing whatever the mind is doing at the moment. Maybe the mind is busy, maybe it's confused, maybe it's busy thinking about, the vacation next week or what was on the news last night. In any event, the awareness is present for that. So this quality of steadfastness, ever presence, not running away, not judging, you could call love. Isn't that what we really want in a lover? A level of steadfastness and presence and non-judgmentalism and acceptance. And we can notice that all of these qualities, you could say, are already present. They're present even while we're busy looking for them somewhere else. And that's why we miss them. When we begin to sense where that awareness lies, and the significance of it, and the peacefulness of it, and the continuing presence of it, we can come back to it often. We can come back to it often enough that it eventually convinces us that it's never absent. And then we can rest.